So, limiting beliefs and generating new ones. So, we've just been over how to use your understanding of your own perception and how to manipulate it, how to look for the right evidence. So, we've been through that now. But I want to take it a step further, really, and this is just kind of taking it to the nth degree. Let's say everything that you are, everything that you experience on a day to day basis is a direct, not indirect, a direct result of your beliefs about yourself, about the world, about everything. And this might seem, like, like bullshit. And I get it. I fucking totally get it. I mean, what about those kids in war zones, right? They're not fucking, they didn't grow up believing this shit. They just, that's it. They grew up in it and that's it. So I get that. However, a lot of kids in those war zones, not a lot, but some of the kids that are born in those environments, born into those environments, sorry, and grow up in those environments tend to make it out. There's plenty, if you look at some of the more war torn places um, in the world now, like the likes of Palestine, it's absolutely getting bombarded on a daily basis. Yet there's people that there's doctors, there's people that have made it to the to heights of their career. They have families. They've moved out of the war zone. Um, that they've made it out of there, and it was because they believed they could. Now the problem with um, beliefs is that there's a bit of a delay. There's a delay between you believing something um, and acting on it. And well, actually, the acting is part of the delay. So basically, there's a delay between you believing something and it manifesting itself in your own life. And really, your beliefs are going to determine your actions. And this is how it all works. So your thoughts determine your beliefs, and your beliefs determine your actions. And over time, those actions lead to results. And that's pretty much how it works. Okay, so I want you to understand that wherever you're at right now, you're not just at a destination because time's not as linear as we might think. You're also on a trajectory. So wherever you're headed right now, you're also headed on that trajectory. You can completely jump trajectories. You can change over, no problem. It can be done, but it's about altering your beliefs. It's about altering what you think of yourself. Um, as I say, people have made it out of those scary zones. People have made it out from horrible things. In fact, one of the most successful entrepreneurs and motivational speakers on the planet, Tony Robbins, is a prime example of this. A guy grew up in an abusive household. Um, his mum was abusive. I think his dad wasn't really there, as far as what I remember, but pretty much spent all his time in the library, and then he became a janitor. Fucking, he didn't understand he was going anywhere, but he believed from a young age that he would. He says that he always had an inner belief that he would get somewhere, that he would be someone. Um, and while working as a janitor, there was a guy done a talk in one of the schools called Jim Rohn. Um, and after speaking with Jim Rohn took him under his wing and let him do a few presentations and a few talks about his own history, about his own life. And lo and behold, all these years later, and he's a billionaire. And it's not just about the money. I mean, it's about the success the guy enjoys. It's about the impact that he has on the world. People pay thousands to go to his seminars because it has such an impact. So understanding, I mean, look at Eminem. Look at all these people have come through shit. I mean, Morgan Freeman didn't make a break until he was fucking near 60. People have come through shit, and we don't know how long the delay is going to be. That's the thing, and because there's so much doubt as well, doubt delays it even more. So understanding that it's about belief and it's about taking action on that belief. Now, obviously, beliefs on their own is useless, but no matter what, when we're put in a scenario, what we believe to be the case or what we believe to be our future will determine our actions. So if you don't believe that something's going to be successful, for example, then you won't really put all your effort into it because you're hedging your bets. We naturally do it. It's a natural human instinct to do this. It's a protective mechanism because if we fail, we need to have something else to back us up. And actually, this limiting beliefs thing ties in well with the video in the Alpha Project section, which is saying fuck the backup plan. You don't need a backup plan because you're going to learn to believe in the one you have. And whenever we have a backup plan, we automatically don't put ourselves in the full 100%, and we don't get the results because we simply haven't committed to it. And without 100% commitment, you don't get it. So it ties in directly, and I will go over fuck the backup plan in that video. It'll be coming out actually in a few days. It got dropped early, and I've had to reschedule it back. But yes, so understanding that everyone has a limit, everybody has limiting beliefs. Even if you think you're fucking, the bee's knees and you believe everything, you believe you're fucking superstar. We all have limiting beliefs. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I've experienced it many times, fucking in every aspect, but especially in business. Business was crazy because, I started out as a personal trainer, and you think, 25, I think it was £25 an hour, and it blew my mind because at home I was doing like 15 or something, 10 to 15, and that made that jump when I moved to England. I made that jump to 25 an hour because it was the going rate, the going standard in the gym I worked in, and it blew my mind. And I thought, geez, I can earn a lot of money doing this, or what I thought was a lot of money then. And over time, I mean, I remember finishing my master's degree and increasing my prices to £40 an hour, and thinking, fucking hell, that was insane. And then I started understanding leverage. I started understanding systems, and before I knew it, I had groups going where I was making £75 an hour. It's crazy how quickly it can go up once you've opened your mind up to the possibility. So it's all about opening your mind up to these possibilities. If your mind's closed to them, you just won't see it. Remember back in the first video about perception, where I talked about if you're not looking for something, you won't see it. So if you're not looking for that color, brown, I think it was brown and blue I talked about. If you're not looking for that color blue, then you're not going to see blue. So it's really, really, really important to be open-minded to the possibility that there's greater success, there's greater opportunities, there's greater options out there for you. And basically, you got to be ready for them and snatch them up when they come, because, whilst there's many of them, there really, really is. I mean, I've got to the point where I don't even know what direction to turn at times, because I had so many options. In the last number of years, I had a crazy amount of options open to me. I still have a crazy amount of options, and I had to decide what I was most passionate about. So it's really, really, the more skilled and the more developed you become, then the options are literally limitless. You can literally do anything, and it's just about applying yourself and applying belief and action, and to be honest, they fit together in a way, but first you got to do the work on the inside. Sometimes you can act, but as I say, not fully commit, and if you're not fully committed, you're kind of beating a dead horse. So limiting belief, just to clarify, I suppose, I kind of went on the assumption everybody knew what they were, but basically it's a belief that limits your capacity, limits your capacity to grow, or limits your capacity to achieve. So it might be, I can't run, or fucking I can't, I don't know, I can't write, I'm not a good writer. I mean, I have dyslexia, but now at this point in my life, I'm a really good writer because I've busted my ass and got there. And I've been reading strictly, a lot since I was 15. Not forcing myself, it was all books I enjoyed. First started off reading fiction novels and progressed on to more personal development and business, just, rated books and stuff. But again, I take pleasure in all this. I read a lot of philosophy, actually. Greek philosophy is fantastic. I'm actually about to read Art of War. It's Chinese emperor, Su Sun or something like that. So just never, you kind of, if you never stop learning, if you never stop picking stuff up, if you ever stop applying yourself, you just realize there's so much opportunity out there. There's opportunity everywhere you look, and it's not as doom and gloom as some days you might feel like it's all doom and gloom, but honestly, the possibilities are truly endless. And realistically, you don't want to. The problem is then splitting your focus. You don't want to split your focus too much. You gotta basically pick something that you're the most passionate about. Pick something that you want to do every day. I mean, when I consider, I could go back to lecturing. Um, I'm studying to be a motorbike mechanic. I could go and do that and open a garage. That seems fun, but really, what I'm mostly passionate about is helping people. I go back and just do regular PT if I wanted. I've had a successful business doing that as well. But this is kind of more what I personally am passionate about. It's all well and good helping somebody get in shape or whatever, but I think this is what's needed in the world at the moment. And while probably not a lot of people are aware that it's needed, I'm hoping to break through that ice barrier and get in there. There are obviously successful speakers and whatever. I don't know, like the motivational speaker term. Um, I'm a get shit done coach. So if you want to get shit done,